everybody. Welcome to Kerith Day.
Today.
Yeah.
Oh, jinx.
Sorry, I just took your job. We literally were like,
fine,
okay,
Ben.
Natalie,
It's
you'll
fine.
start us
I
off,
know.
and then I'll go and speak.
You go on, Ben. Introduce what it is. No. My name is Natalie, and this is Ben, and we are very pleased that you chose to join us for Kerith today. As you can tell, we're both very welcoming.
Yes, we're so glad you're here. Oh, I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to have to open up, right?
Yeah, go for it.
We just had a nightmare. 1 minute to go, and I couldn't find my glasses, and they've now been discovered. Thank you, Callumfield. People were rushing around, finding these glasses. It's all been a bit kind for the last 30 seconds, but we've got them and I can see, so that's always helpful.
That's always good.
Yeah. How are you doing, Natalie?
I'm doing well. I'm about to go back to school, so I'm in that weird sort of like, I'm really relaxed. We've had the Easter holidays, but the like butterflies, the back to work butterflies are brewing. I don't know if there's any other people out there that are like that as well.
When you start thinking about what you're going back into and all that.
Yeah, I'm still in a little bit of like, what's the word? Like, I'm choosing to ignore what my to-do list will look like. Denial, that's the word. I'm in denial.
That's it. You had a good week? What have you been up to?
I have had a good week. I've had a week where I've taken advantage of the fact that things have opened up again. So I've been to the shops. I've timed it well. It's not been too busy. I've had like 1,000,001 appointments. And
anyone would think you're an extrovert. Natalie.
Yeah, I mean, I have been overly chatty to every cashier I've met.
That's amazing.
But and I even went to the local pub, which was lovely.
Yeah, nice.
A little bit of a pub meal. That was really nice.
Beautiful.
Wonder if anyone else has been out and about, whether anyone's finally been reunited with their favourite restaurant or favourite shop. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
We went to the beach this weekend.
Did you?
So it was so nice to catch a bit of sun and just be outside. Lots of space. It was beautiful. It was and the kids enjoying it and splashing in the sea. Although the sea was freezing, but they still.
I was going to say, that's
Jasper
not...
was like, oh, I love it.
It's such a British thing just to go into the sea, even though it's like
very true.
Arctic temperatures.
Very true. Very true. And of course, we had the funeral this weekend of Prince Philip as well. You were saying to me it's really moving.
I found it really moving. I don't know if anyone else on the chat feels the same. Just the things that he'd chosen to put in, like the readings and the songs, were really beautiful and really, I don't know, just really felt like really authentic and faith-filled. So there was a lot about Jesus being like the resurrection and the life, which when you're watching it on like BBC, it just takes on a whole new level of wow, doesn't it? I felt very kind of sad but reminiscent. But it was good to watch.
Good stuff. Well, we've got a really exciting day today in church, so we're going to be hearing from our executive pastor, Ben Oliver, later on. He's going to be preaching to us, and as well as that today, as you can see here from the bread that we have here and the wine, it is communion today. So why not take this moment now to grab the elements for communion, whatever you can get, grape juice and or some sort of bread product, and we're going to be taking communion during Kerith Live as well today.
Yeah, fantastic. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from as well. We know that there's some very special people on the chat. You've had an important birthday in your week, haven't you?
I have,
well, not you personally, but...
No, it's not my birthday this week, but it was my mum's birthday on Friday, so that was really fun. So we had my mum and dad over. Happy birthday, Mum. And actually, it's their anniversary today as well, so 2 days after your birthday.
All the celebrations. I'm sure they're not alone. I'm sure there's other people celebrating this weekend as well. It'd be great to see what you're celebrating.
Yeah, too right.
So, on to more fun. We have got a fantastic game. Maybe I'm raising the bar too high there. No, it's going to be really good. We've got a self-portrait game today. So maybe some of you on the chat, very artistic. You feel like we've been lacking in the artistic games on Kerith today. Well, fear not. We have the Bang Boye family who are going to be building self-portrait structures of themselves today. So I wonder if we can go over to them, see how they're prepping,
Let's give them a hand. Bang Boye's in the house this morning.
Hello. We've got Shola for me, and we've got Dunny and Tito. We're very excited to see what you're going to be creating this morning.
Yes. How are you feeling about the what lies before you, Shola? What sort of training have you done for today?
Absolutely none. I come from the sand, mud, and clay generation. No Play-Doh for me.
Can I bring one I made earlier?
Absolutely not for me.
No. This is a time trial. But Tito...
I want to see that self-portrait you made earlier, though.
Yeah, true. Now, Tito, you were saying you have done something of this before, right? Tell us a little bit about what you've made in the past.
I'm just kidding.
What have you made in the past, Tito?
I've made a 2-day self-portrait of my friend.
That is amazing.
That's pretty good
Wow,
going.
that's so
And
good.
also, I've had a race doing the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Well, I know who
And
my
I've
money's
just
on,
had
Ben.
lots of experience with Play-Doh.
Well done.
Amazing stuff.
Very good.
It's good. I think we've
Yeah.
probably already got our winner right
Yeah,
there.
I think we might have.
I think so too.
So here's the rules. What
Yeah.
you've got to do, you've got about 15, 20 minutes to make your self-portrait model. But what you're going to do is after you finish them, we'd like you to line them up on the table and then in a random order, and then we're going to try and guess
Yeah.
whose is whose at the end of the show. So chat, you can involve yourself in this as well when we come to that point. So ready? We'll count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
So this is brand new Play-Doh, which is why they've got it all wrapped up in little
Oh, wow.
pieces.
This is, yeah.
But by the way, you can mix up colours. I know often at home
wow.
there's no mixing of colours, but
Yeah, that's bold.
a special rule today, you're allowed to mix colours.
I hope you can see me the way I see myself in my mind's eye.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm
Yeah,
very
so good.
excited to see what this wonderful family produce
In 15 minutes.
in 15 minutes. Yeah.
I don't envy them, I'm going to be honest.
Wow.
Do you envy them?
Absolutely not. That would have been awful.
Cool, we'll come back to them a little bit later. But for now, I wanted to share with you our monthly giving update. Every month we take a moment to share about the finances at church and to share about the giving and how we're doing with the giving. So let me let you know about March. Obviously we're in April now, but the March figures. Now, the budget for March was just over £75,000. The graphics will come up shortly just to sort of show you what this looks like. But the actual giving in March was over £90,000, 90,654, which is amazing, right? Isn't that so good? So our budget for March was over £15,000 above what we expected to receive in the giving. So thank you so much to everybody who gives into the life of the church. Isn't that it's amazing?
It is
really?
amazing, yeah.
And we're so blessed to see that. And so let me now tell you, on the back of January, February and March altogether, giving so far in 2021 is just over... just over £250,000, and so that means we're above budget by 10%. We're looking at just over £24,000 above budget, which is so exciting and what a blessing. God is so good to us, and I just want to take a moment to thank each and every person who gives financially into the life of the church. Maybe you give occasionally, maybe you give regularly, maybe you give a tithe, which is a tenth of your income into the life of the church, or maybe you give even more than that. I need you to know we're so grateful, and as a church, we're heading into a new season where we've got two of our sites, Windsor and Blackwater Valley, that have got building projects underway. With Windsor, renovating their building, and we've just purchased the building in Farnborough for our Blackwater Valley site. And so your giving is more important than ever, and we're so grateful. So thank you. And should we just take a moment now to thank God? Should we thank God out together for all that He gives us? Everything we have is God's anyway. So let's just lift up our prayers now, burst of prayer for 30 seconds to thank Him for all that He's given us. Lord Jesus, we take a moment today to thank You for Your incredible provision. Thank You for the money that each of us have coming in, whether they are benefits or whether they are jobs that we have, Lord God. We are so grateful for all that we have, and we want to take a moment to say everything we have is Yours anyway, Lord God. And we're so grateful for every person in this community who has chosen to give of what is already yours back to You through this church. Thank You. In Your name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. Amen. Great.
Yeah, we'll be telling you a little bit about what's coming up in the church a bit later on, and let's not forget that finances make those things happen, right?
Yeah,
they help
true.
people to connect back with God in the different ways that we have at Kerith. So yeah, really exciting. We would love to go to an interview with Andy Partington. He, you might remember, used to be part of our Bracknell site, and he's now in Bolivia. I'd love just to watch a short introduction video before we speak to him about his charity, Novo Communities.
Me vino por los problemas que no podía resolverlo. Y hay veces Uno necesita a alguien que lo escuche, que le comprenda, pero no había esa oportunidad, que una confianza de una persona a quien le puede decir, bueno, estoy mal, y qué es lo que hace, uno siente un rechazo, ¿no?
Es un lugar seguro, un lugar sano, un lugar de donde una persona tiene una ayuda profunda. Novo es una familia diferente, pero es un lugar de donde hay amor.
Nosotros valoramos al ser humano como ser humano que simplemente tiene un problema de adicción por ciertas circunstancias que pasaron en la vida y que los llevó a tomar esas decisiones equivocadas, pero que se pueden rectificar con el amor de Dios, con el poder de Dios, pero también con la predisposición del equipo y la predisposición de ellos para salir adelante.
Todo estará bien, todo estará bien, con Dios en la familia.
Lo que nosotros buscamos es apoyar a personas que tengan el deseo de recuperar su salud. Nosotros tenemos la responsabilidad de brindarle todas las herramientas que sabemos que tienen mayor probabilidad de que funcionen, y hemos estado siempre buscando perfeccionar nuestro programa. Tenemos un compromiso yo lo veo así, de siempre brindar lo mejor, un servicio de excelencia.
Al final de ese túnel siempre hay una luz que le ilumina a uno, ¿no? Y eso es lo que he encontrado en este centro. Ahí me han enseñado a valorarme a mí mismo.
Cuando hay perdón, esas heridas del alma son sanadas, y nosotros reforzamos en la parte espiritual donde lo entendemos y le hacemos conocer a la persona que con Dios todo es posible.
Ya aquí me sentí amado, ¿no? Amado, lo que siempre se busca en una familia.
Una persona puede encontrar un amor incondicional, un apoyo práctico, un lugar de donde pueden encontrar el Señor Jesucristo.
Uno siempre lo recuerda, ¿no? Con amor, porque uno lo hacen sentir que hay alguien quien te ama.
Wow, that's really moving already.
Amazing, right? Isn't it amazing to see those of you who may know of Novo and know of Andy? It's great to just sort of see a bit of an update there. And for some of you, maybe it's brand new. So we're going to take a chance now to get to know Andy a little bit, introduce you to him, and find out a little bit about the latest Novo and Bolivia. So let's give it up for Andy Partington, everybody.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, Andy. Good morning.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're all right. Well, how are you
well.
doing? Because the reality is, you are 5 hours behind us now, Andy. So what time is it where you are?
It's 4 something. It's 4:41. So yeah.
Your commitment to the interview, Andy, we thank you for it.
So great, like an extra special gratitude from us for you doing it today. Then, sir.
Definitely.
How are you doing? How's life in Bolivia?
Yeah, life is life. We're doing all right. Yeah, we're doing well as a family. So big encouragement for us in the last couple of weeks has been the adoption of our youngest, Mia, has been finalised.
Wow,
so,
congratulations.
That brings with it certain joys, battling with the bureaucracy to get her registered and all of these things, but just a massive celebration for us, massively encouraging.
Cool, that is exciting.
So
Sorry, for people that maybe don't know your family, Andy, do you want to tell us a bit about your family?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm married to Mickey, which I just realised we've been married nearly 21 years now. So our marriage is now entering kind of true adulthood. We're married to Mickey, and we've got 5 kids, aged between 19 and 3. Wow. So we had the sort of dubious pleasure a couple of months back of sending our eldest off to the UK to do a course with YWAM. So he was leaving home at the same time as we were potty training Mia, and sort of that bizarre bookend. But that's us. Yeah.
That is a bit bizarre.
That is amazing.
Hats off to you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Fab.
And I'm presuming everybody else is asleep right now. They haven't sort of joined you awake this morning.
Exactly. I didn't even consider rousing them. So they're sleeping soundly.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about, before we get into sort of how Novo are doing. Tell us a little bit about the story of Novo, and you guys used to live here in the UK, but now in Bolivia, and previously lived in Bolivia as well. Tell us a little bit of the potted history of your family and story.
Yeah. We lived in Bolivia back in between 06 and 09, and I was pastoring an international church here, sort of cutting my teeth in that. And as part of that process, I was to learn Spanish. I got involved with a home for street teenagers. So lads, actually one of the youngest was 9 years old, I think, back then, but basically intended for kids in their teens, trying to leave a life living on the streets. So Santa Cruz has a network of drainage canals that are open, and what you get is kids and adults who gather in those areas, the street homeless gather in those areas and live. So what that ministry was doing was helping kids to get off the streets. And getting involved just stirred something. It was really, I was there to learn Spanish, but I got really engaged with what they were doing. And some seeds started to be sown in terms of, what can we do for adult men, adult women who are in addiction in similar circumstances, but hadn't been able to escape as kids or teenagers. Long story short, ended up back in the UK and was actually working at Yeldor Manor and leading the work there. Some of the guys connected with Kerith obviously know Yeldor well. The guys come to church. We were back there, no intention of returning to Bolivia. We thought the thing had stirred up in Bolivia to help us to make a decision to return back to England and get involved with addicts back in the UK. And then one Friday morning, out of nowhere, God just when God speaks and spoke through someone asking me a question. And there was just this moment of, oh my goodness, okay, I think we might be going back to Bolivia. Wow. So began a process of processing, is this really you, God? Should we do this? Raising support, building kind of a team around us. And then we returned back here in 2015, just with a blank sheet of paper, really, and a sense that God was asking us to start something of the kind we've been looking back in 2008.
Wow.
That's really good to hear.
It's amazing. It's amazing as well. I think seeing the video that we've just watched, there's the moment in it where you're sharing, and the fact that you're speaking in Spanish. Yeah. I was watching that video this week, and it just reminded me of this family they're setting the roots out. This isn't just a flying visit. That you guys are deeply invested in this country, and it was quite cool to see you speak in Spanish for one. I don't think I've seen that before. That was quite cool. But yeah, just reminded me. It's great. But so tell us a little bit about Novo, the vision of Novo, and I guess some of the updates and latest of what's going on there.
Yeah. So Novo's vision, the core vision is to have a transformative community, a place where people who are hurting and broken, found themselves in addiction as a result, can get the support they need to escape, to find freedom. That's really what it's about. The big vision is to replicate what we've done in Bolivia, and that's one of those where where we're holding that lightly before God, saying, "Look, we think this is what you want to do here," but also focused on the work in front of us, which is really running. It's running a program, but I think it's better to talk as I did in the film there about a family, about a community, where. They say this about addiction is that no one can do it for you, but you can't do it alone. About recovery from addiction. No one can do it for you, but you can't do it alone. And that's really, I guess, at the core of what's happening in Novo is creating the support for someone to make their own journey forward. We talk about the priority of sort of inner transformation and this real deep change. And obviously for us at the core of that is this hope that it's interesting here that God's well known. There's lots of churches, but lots of people have this kind of head knowledge of God. They've got this sort of superficial knowledge of God, but often that profound, deep relationship isn't there. So core for us is helping people to find, without pressure, which is another danger here, but find their way back to God and really to know God. We've got counsellors who offer support in terms of that side of things. We've got a work program that helps guys to build up and kind of prepare for life in the community after Novo, which of course is so crucial. So that's roughly what we're doing. And at the heart of what we're doing as well is this idea really of empowering the local team here. You know, we are invested, we've got roots down, and yet we want it to be that if we needed to leave, that the work wouldn't flounder and the work would in fact kind of continue and could flourish. So that's, again, part of our philosophy. This is about, you know, a fantastic team of people around the world supporting our little international team, to support the local team, to support the guys on the program, to really, you know, move forward. That's something of it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I imagine the COVID pandemic has probably impacted some of your work. Do you want to share a bit about what it's like living in Bolivia at the moment and how that might have impacted you at Novo?
Yeah, Natalie, it's a funny one, COVID here, because in some respects it's actually. We had early on. We had a quite significant lockdown, but that lifted months and months ago. The economy just can't sustain it in so much of the world. You know, you just can't shut down. You have to carry on and live with the risks of that. So life has sort of carried on as normal. The vaccine program is incredibly slow. I think 3% of the population have been vaccinated, if those statistics are to be trusted. Within Novo, what we've sought to do, and this is what's happening across the board really, people are trying to say, okay, what measures can we put in place to kind of create as much security as possible here? So I guess for us, the biggest challenge has been needing to quarantine people when they come into the program. So initially, looking back, initially we shut our doors for 7 months to new arrivals and just worked with the guys who were already with us. We then reopened the doors, but put in place a quarantine for guys arriving. And that's tough for them. You know, the last thing you need when you're in very early recovery like that is to be sort of isolated. But it's part of what we're dealing with. Otherwise, we just sort of keep putting one foot in front of the other. It's difficult, I guess, also towards the end or the second half of the program, where the focus is in really helping the guys to reintegrate into the community, because they just aren't the same levels of sort of comings and goings that are possible as they would be during normal times. That's a challenge, and I think it's actually a more fundamental challenge to the guys themselves, because they're just not building up those sort of muscles that they need to in terms of living drug and alcohol free out in the community.
It's amazing just to hear that, you know, you're still going and you know, you're still supporting people in the community. It's been really great just to hear an update from you, Andy. I wonder, just to finish off, if you could tell us how people who maybe haven't heard about you before, how we can support you as a church.
I mean, I've got to say, it's been amazing to see, and I think others have experienced something similar, the extent to which God has provided for us during this whole period. And actually, we've found ourselves better connected with our supporters and our sort of friends further afield now than we've ever been. Again, it's the sort of Zoom revolution has blessed us massively. So there's, I guess there's three things. One is just to get connected with us. We're on social media. I'm on social media. We'd love to just sort of build those connections. We send news out. We'd love to get people's emails and get plugged into the news. That's the priority. Second, obviously, finance, where we live on the basis of the support that comes in from all around the world. We see ourselves as the sort of hands and feet. So again, love to connect people with different ways to give. We've got a whole kind of Padrino sponsorship program, which is where you become a godfather to the guys on the program. And then thirdly, we started, which has been possibly the best thing we've done in the last X years. I'm not sure how many years, but we started a monthly prayer gathering on Zoom, 45 minutes. It's a fixed thing. Would love to connect people who want to pray for the work and stay updated through Zoom to that time. So all of those things, I guess, it's just a case of tracking me down on social media or talking to any number of people there in Kerith if you don't have my contact details already.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Andy.
Yeah.
We really appreciate
Thank
that.
you,
I know people can find you by Googling Novo, N-O-V-O, but also via the church website as well.
Yeah.
We've got a little spot there where you can find Novo and our other charities and partners that we're connected with as a church. So, Andy, we love you so much. Thanks so much for getting up at 4 a.m. for us. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, guys. Great to connect. Take care.
Yeah, speak
See
soon.
ya.
Bye.
God bless, guys.
What
We've
a
got
hero.
a lot of love for Andy in the chat already.
Yeah.
Great to hear about the amazing work Novo does. So good to see how models from Yeldor are being recreated in Bolivia to fit the culture there. And I think that's like what you were saying, Ben, just the fact that he's not just bringing what he thinks works, he's actually getting to know the culture, and
Really
he's
good.
really working
really good.
with the guys there.
Yeah.
Really good to see.
Yeah, people saying thanks for the commitment of getting up at 4 a.m, says Simon Venom. And thanks for the helpful interview, Andy, as well. It's great to hear from him.
It is commitment for sure.
so good. So
Yeah.
I want to just share a little bit about some things that are coming up in the life of the church, because actually some things are going to be changing. We're from the 2nd of May, some of our sites are going to start what we call watch events, which is where we sit and we watch Kerith online together in our site. So that's going to be happening over the coming weeks, and you can find out more about the kind of the roadmap of things that are changing for us as a church. And as we establish physical meetings, go onto the website, go onto social media, you can find out the hopeful dates that we're hoping to do some of that stuff. But one of the things we wanted to let you know about is that next Sunday, sadly, is going to be the final Kerith Today.
I know.
Which is very sad news in a way.
Really sad, yeah.
What we're needing to do is we're needing to do some shifting of some things. Firstly, we're needing to shift some resources people-wise and people capacity-wise to enable some of the physical watch parties to happen, so that we can give some more attention to that, as well as carrying on what we do online. And also from a technical production gear perspective as well, we need to begin to move some of it around and change how we use it in order to facilitate live meetings physically, as well as doing what we can online. So one of the ways in which we're going to do that is by stopping for now Kerith Today, and we're going to take some of the great things from Kerith Today and put them into Kerith Live.
Nice.
So things like some of these interviews, like we just had these interviews.
The interviews have been amazing.
I know, they've been great,
Yeah.
haven't they? But we're going to be able to do some of that within Kerith Live as well, and just some of the kind of welcoming nature of what this show has been about over this last year or so. We're going to be bringing that into it as well. So it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
it is, because I think we've had quite a good team of us doing it, and it has been really fun to be a part of, and it feels like we are able to actually connect with you guys at home. So sad, but also exciting, because it means we're moving forward with new things. And as Ben said, you can find out more about that on the church website, kerith.church, along with everything else that's coming up in the life of Kerith. So definitely check that out.
Yep. And there's lots of other stuff coming up in the life of the church, including Alpha.
Yes.
So we want to show you this really short promo about Alpha.
Alpha Online is a free course designed to give you the space and time to ask the big and often challenging questions about life, faith, and meaning from the comfort of your own home. No filters, just honest discussion. Alpha Online is made up of a film series which are designed to create conversations around topics such as: how can I pray? Who is Jesus? What is the meaning of life? Why is there suffering in this world? Each week you will have an opportunity to watch a short video and then chat about it with a small group of people who, like you, are also grappling with life's big questions, and no question is off limits. To attend an Alpha Online, all you have to do is sign up and then join a weekly online call, all from the comfort of your home. Everything else is taken care of by your hosts. So feel free to pour yourself a drink, get comfy, get your laptop ready, and you are good to go. What have you got to lose? Try Alpha Online.
So the Kerith course for Alpha Online starts on the 21st of April. So why not invite a friend along? Why not kind of, virtually go with them as well, and then take them out for like a socially distanced drink afterwards or something, and just chat to them afterwards. Why not make the most of it? And just to let you know, as I said, there's lots of stuff starting up after Easter. So if you head onto the church website, kerith.church, and find the What's On page, you'll be able to find out about a whole load of things happening, events that are coming up, as well as there's small groups page, and there's a whole load of small groups that are starting up as well, including like a Hope and Depression small group. We've got midweek encounter meeting, we've got Cap Money Call courses, all sorts happening. So do find out just by going to the church website.
Yeah, fab. A couple of people saying bye to Kerith today in the chat, but excited to see what comes next. I think that sums it up. Hey, we're going to go back to our fantastic self-portrait artist.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see.
Fab. How are we getting on, team?
Well, I think we're there.
Okay, I think we're ready to guess.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Interesting. Then he says interesting.
I'll take that.
Stand up.
Not good.
Great. Okay, so let's have a look.
I made mine stand up.
You've made it. Oh, wow.
That's a winner already, isn't
That
it?
is amazing, Tito. Let's have a look. Can we look at them one by one? So let's start from the left there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Love
Okay.
it. Blue trousers, the yellow top, and with
I
the
love
heart
little
jumper.
Heart jumper.
Heart jumper.
Oh, that's making me think of
That
what
is a good
Fumi
clue.
said about recognising what was inside her.
Very
She's a
good.
very loving, compassionate person.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
maybe.
that. Okay, let's move along. Okay. I think.
feel like that's.
I feel like I can immediately say.
I feel like the slight. I don't know if there is a moustache, but the slight moustache gives it away slightly. I would hope.
We'd be worried if it's not Shola. All right. But that is amazing, though. Isn't
really
that
good,
incredible? Shola, I'm presuming that's yours, surely.
Yes.
Yes,
Yay,
you got one.
one.
Right, good.
You got one.
Okay, let's move on to the third
okay,
one.
let's look at the others. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That is incredible. Like,
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
These are so good, guys.
that is amazing. These are so much better than I do.
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay, I think that could be Fumi.
Yeah, it could be.
Let's move
It
along.
Could be.
Let's move along just to check.
Oh,
that's amazing as well. That is incredible.
I think that one might be Dunny.
I think that's Dooney, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dooney, is this one yours?
Which one?
At the end there, with the dotted jumper on.
No.
With the earrings.
No.
Oh, okay.
So that must be.
man.
Oh, what do you think, Natalie?
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Um,
I don't
okay,
know.
I think-
maybe Tito. Tito, is that one yours? I mean, this is 50-50 now.
No, no. Okay, that is right. The spotted jumper's got to be Fumi there. No, it's got to be. Yeah, Fumi.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well done.
Got
I've
it,
got
great.
Tito. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go heart jumper.
So
What do
we've
you?
got
Well,
heart.
Natalie, what do you think?
Ooh.
Heart jumper.
Oh, well, I mean, evidently, I'm not very good at this guessing game.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's.
go, I'm
I
gonna
think
go Tito.
Tito.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Which leaves us with the,
The
very
yellow dress.
glamorous yellow dress. Wow.
Yeah,
done,
Dooney, you
Dooney.
look. Obviously, you look more glamorous in real life, but you look pretty glamorous
Yeah.
as a Play-Doh model there as well. So.
Pretty well dressed Play-Doh family and real life family. So well done.
Thank you very much. So I shall be giving Play-Doh lessons from today.
Yeah, join the
This is my
Play-Doh
first-
small group on.
New Play-Doh small group from
First
Kerith.
time you probably
This is the first time I've played with Play-Doh, and it'll be the last. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. Be the
Oh.
last, yeah.
Don't put yourself down, Sean. You did great.
Oh,
Let's give a
it's
hand
great.
to the
Well
Bangoy
done,
family.
guys.
Weren't they brilliant? Amazing stuff.
Fab. We'd love to just update you on one final thing before we hand over to Kerith Live. So you know that before COVID, before we went to Kerith Live, we had 4 sites. So Ben, do you want to tell us a bit about what next Sunday is going to look
Yes.
like for each of those sites?
Next Sunday is going to be what we call a Site Sunday. So for the first time since March last year, when we went online only, we are going to be having 4 meetings, one for each site: Bracknell, Blackwater Valley, Windsor and West Wight, happening at the same time online. So you can watch your site live. You can watch it. You can tune in. You can chat along with other people on Sunday morning next week, and they're all happening at the same time, all on YouTube, all together. So maybe you already attend a physical site, and all you'll need to do is just click the one that is your site. But maybe you don't go to a site yet. Maybe you've joined since lockdown and you're not part of a site, or you live further away. You can choose which site you go to. Fancy
Amazing.
that, hey?
Yeah.
So very exciting. You'll receive more information about that during the week, but we're looking forward to having a Site Sunday where we're going to be hearing a preach from a site-based preacher, as well as having kind of your own site hosts as well from your locality.
Yeah,
So looking
amazing.
forward to that next week.
So
but anyway,
keep your eyes on the social media feeds, and if you're not sure where to find the links, or you're struggling, if you head to the church website next Sunday, the links will all be on there.
that's right.
So,
yeah. People very impressed, by the way, with the Play-Doh. But anyway, I think that's...
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. Thank you so much for today, and we will now join Kerith Live. So go and grab yourself a drink, and we'll start very shortly. See you soon.
See
Bye.
ya.